Welcome to Positively Muskegon. It's Andy O'Reilly back out at the Salvation Army of Muskegon, and you know they look kind of familiar because they got the same outfits on and everything. But this is it's Chris and Brianne Carlin. It's Lieutenant Chris Carlin and his wife Brianne. They are the new heads of the Salvation Army in Muskegon. Our visit today is simply to welcome them and make them feel like part of the community. So far, so good, guys. Talk about your first. Was it been about a month?
It's been about a month. Things are going pretty good.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out, where everything's located.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And that's not even on a community level. That's just our garage.
Right.
That's just our garage.
Trying to get unpacked and all that other kind of stuff. What neighborhood did you settle down in?
We live across the street from here.
Okay, so not far away.
No.
Perfect. And then the community level too. I've been here quite a while, and there's still a couple of streets I can't figure out how to get where I go.
I know.
Some of the streets are laid out diagonally in town, and that kind of throws people off. If you look at a city map of Muskegon, you really have to be a native to really get the idea about where you're going and all that kind of stuff too. So
we had to pick up a church member the other day. He needed a ride.
Yep.
And he told me what street he lived on, and I was like, oh, that's right over here. That wasn't the case. It actually was broken up, 3 different sections.
I've got a few of those around town too, yeah.
So I was really excited when he gave me the address. I was like, oh, that's literally right over here.
Yeah, and then you GPS'd it and found out it was across town.
Yeah.
Tell me about your past. Where'd you guys come from?
Well, we just moved here from Big Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
Where we spent the last 4 years.
Okay.
And then we were in Chicago at the Salvation Army Training College before that.
Very cool. What got you guys into the Salvation Army? What was...
Well, I grew up going to the Corps.
Did you?
As a kid, the bus would come and get us on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings for church. I have 3 sisters, and our parents didn't come. I mean, they were Easter, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's
Creasters.
Day. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And,
I grew up Catholic. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. When you can't find a seat in church, it's because all the Creasters are there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I've been going since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
Went all the way through high school, and then I took a year of college, and then felt like that wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And God led me to the Corps in Evansville, Indiana, which is as far down south in Indiana as you can go before you cross the line into Kentucky.
Over the years we've had we've got some hockey here, and Evansville's been one of the teams that we've played.
Yep.
So Evansville's not that's a name pretty familiar to everybody around Muskegon.
Yep. So I interned there for a year and a half, and then went into training in Chicago.
Yeah.
Where we met and got married and
Love at first sight.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Good for you, man. Nice. Hey, way to go.
Yeah, we literally got married 364 days after we met.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a great story. And you met through the Salvation Army.
We did, and our 5-year anniversary is this Friday.
Congratulations.
It is.
How about that, man? 5 years.
Yeah, so I grew up Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Okay. Don't get a ticket in that town.
No.
Everybody saw that show on Netflix.
Definitely saw that.
Yeah. Don't get a ticket in Manitowoc. Things go horribly wrong really quick there.
They could.
Yeah, anyway.
So I grew up in Manitowoc, love my hometown.
Sure.
My mom was a daycare director there for 39 years for the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And that's actually how I got started. When I was born, they had to relicense so that they had a spot for me.
Really?
Because they were licensed 2 years to 8 years at the time.
Yeah.
And when I was born, my mom's like, well, I'm not sending him to another daycare. So they relicensed 6 weeks to 12 years, which guaranteed that I would be there pretty much every day of my life.
Sure.
And then when I was 14, I started working for the Salvation Army. Just absolutely fell in love with everything that we do, all the programs.
Yeah.
And then I went off to college, got a degree, and then moved back home, struggled to find a job in my degree field, but the Salvation Army offered me a position,
Yep.
and I absolutely loved it. I loved everything I did, and one day I was sitting at my desk, and I said, I want to do this full time.
And you did.
And I did. So I moved off to Chicago, brand new city for a small town kid, and then the day after we moved in, so August 19th, 2011, this lady here, a group of friends, asked me to go on a walk.
Yeah.
And we went on a walk and started talking that day. And then, 364 days later, we got married.
Isn't it something how it works out?
It was pretty.
When
pretty
you least
whirlwind.
expect it, it just, when you give up on dating, you don't think it's ever going to happen, then boom, they just drop right in your lap.
Yeah.
And there you are for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Talk about, what I know that Dan and Stephanie left you in some pretty good shoes here with the way the Salvation Army in Muskegon is. What do you see as the priorities for the Salvation Army in Muskegon?
Right now, our biggest priority is just growing our programs, growing our presence. Lieutenant Brianna and I have a huge passion for youth work.
Yep.
And that actually is what some of our new programs are going to be. In September, hopefully, we'll be starting a baby pantry.
Cool.
And then we also will be starting some new gym programming as soon as our gym is soundproofed.
Yeah.
So, that's our biggest thing is just growing our presence here, growing our youth programs because it's something we're passionate about.
Yeah.
And then just trying to make Muskegon the best place possible that we can assist with.
I agree with you 100% on the youth focus. I think that as time goes by here and as we're looking at the next 10, 20 years down the line, and one of the things I do, since you're new to meeting me too, is I'll lecture at schools. I'll go talk about addiction, and I'll do career days and things like that. And one of the things I hear resoundingly from kids in schools around here is that they want to get an education, they want to get a job and leave.
Yeah.
And get out of Muskegon. And I think focusing on our youth is a key to the next 20 years here, because those kids we have to retain the youth and keep them here to get the feet, to get those roots dug in a little bit deeper and make more of a lasting home out of Muskegon than kids that just get up and grow up and bail out.
Yeah. And
if you guys are going to catch them at a certain level and get them engaged, and the other programs around town that are doing the same kind of, it's an all hands on deck effort to get this kind of thing going on. So, whoever can grab a hold of these kids and show them that there's a future here and that there are great things happening here. Whatever we can do to help is what we're here for. And that's what it's all about. I don't want you to go, hog wild or anything, but are there problems that need to be fixed here with the Salvation Army? Are there some things that need to be addressed, do you think, or?
Not really.
No?
There's a couple small things we're looking to enhance.
Sure.
We're definitely looking at changing the way that we do bell ringing.
Yeah.
This year, it's going to be definitely volunteer focused.
Sure.
We're looking for volunteer groups, churches, sports teams. I want to see which local high school football team can raise the most funds.
I think that's a good idea.
I want to see which marching band, because I know that's a big thing here.
Big thing.
I
yeah.
want to see which marching band can raise the most money.
Fun.
But we're also going to roll out an Adopt a Kettle this year.
Okay.
Where an organization can adopt a kettle location for a week.
Yep.
And then you're responsible for that location for that week. But we're definitely, a big thing for us is volunteerism.
Yeah.
We want to give people the opportunity to volunteer. We want to make it fun. We want to make it enjoyable. But most importantly, it raises money for a good cause.
It does.
That we can continue to put back into the community.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I focus on, is that the money that is donated to us, that it stays here.
Yep.
And that it just goes back to enhance Muskegon.
Great things around town.
Yeah.
Anything you guys are looking forward to trying for the first time around Muskegon? Have you heard good or bad about anything, or anything that you?
Well, we're going to the food truck rally tomorrow night.
Are
at
you?
The farmers
Yep.
market.
That's going to be a good time.
We love the farmers market. We go every Saturday.
Yep.
We take our son down and we buy all the fresh produce we can get our hands on.
Yep.
And
I'll
so
tell you, it's become a great focal point of the town.
since our first Saturday here, we've only missed one, and that's
Yeah.
because we had a funeral.
Oh well.
So that's
Those
been
dead people, they screw up all the.
So we really love the farmers market. It's fantastic here.
Yeah.
So that's something that we really enjoy to do.
Food truck rally.
Yeah.
You've got all kinds of things to discover and learn about, and kind of like when I first met Dan and Stephanie. When they first came to town, I said, you guys you're going to come into town with some preconceived notions, and you're going to think this, that, and the other thing. But when you go to leave, you're going to know that you're leaving home, and I hope that that's what you guys find while you're here too.
Yeah, we've already started calling it home. It is home to us.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that I grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
And I really try to take pride in where I'm living.
Yeah.
And if I can buy it local, I'm going to buy it local.
Yep.
I love supporting, things that are going on. The different festivals and stuff. We've already been to a couple, and we're excited to go to more.
Yeah.
And that's just the biggest thing is we want to be a presence here. We want people to know who we are as the Salvation Army and that we're here to serve the community.
Love it.
But we don't just work here; we live here.
Right.
You know, and we will raise our child here for as long as
How old?
15 months.
15, just a little one then.
Yeah.
Nice, huh?
He's at daycare today.
Is he?
Yeah.
Little breathing room for mom over there.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, he's a digger.
Well,
Got a wild one, do we? Take after him?
Well, he's in that discovery phase where he wants to pull everything out of the drawer and put everything in his mouth, and ooh, this comes out of the wall.
Yeah, that's why I skipped over the whole childhood and went right to grandparents. Pretty smart, huh?
Yeah, he's an awesome kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's our first.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been a fun experience. We're excited that we're in a community now where he can be in daycare.
Yep.
When we were in Big Rapids, he was on the waiting list.
Was he really?
Well, he was on. We got him on the waiting list before he was born.
Yeah.
And then when we moved, he was a year old and he was still on the waiting
Wow.
list. So
Incredible.
we moved here and we looked at a couple places and found one that we really liked, and
Awesome.
he loves it. It's been fun watching how excited he is to go.
Yeah.
And then how sad he is when we pick him up to come home.
Makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's those two. I gotta go home.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thanks.
And we'll keep our ear open. If you guys need a hand, get the word out.
Awesome.
We'll continue right on where we left off with Dan and Stephanie. I know the community's excited to meet you guys, and continue the great work. And thanks for being a part of everything here.
Thank you.
Brianne, Chris, it is the Carlin family. They are here with the Salvation Army in Muskegon. All the links to find your way to the Salvation Army Muskegon page and everything will be right here as well. Be active, be involved, and get out here and help the Salvation Army when you can. In that kettle campaign, you heard him here. If you want to be a volunteer, you'll find the links right there on Positively Muskegon. Thanks, guys, and welcome.
Thank you.